Hi guys, it's Jamila here from Slap. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the best makeup of 2021. I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of my favourites from the entire year, and I've definitely tried a lot of new makeup this year. So hopefully it'll be helpful, hopefully it'll be useful. I'm just going to get into it, but if you haven't subscribed already guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slap family. And without further ado guys, here is the video. So guys, first up I'm going to start with foundation, and my favourite foundation of this year was the Dior Capture Total Super Potent Serum Foundation. I have this in the shade 5N and I absolutely love this foundation. It does come off a little light, but it does oxidize to a much more true to my skin tone. It is still a little bit light, so I do tend to mix it with slightly richer things I have, but it is one of my favourite foundations full stop, and it is definitely my favourite foundation this year. I absolutely love it. I think they did such a good job with this. It is definitely pricey and it is in their high-end anti-aging range. I do feel like it gives me a youthful appearance. It gives my skin a really nice glow without being like super dewy or glowing, and it just makes me feel really radiant and put together, but still gives me coverage. So I absolutely love this. I also love the packaging. I'll be very sad for the day this runs out because I'll have to buy it again, but I absolutely love this foundation. Definitely my favourite of the year. So on this side, I'm going to do the Capture Total. That is the Dior Capture Total. What a dream. One of my other favourite foundations of this year, and another best of 2021 foundation, is a very dark horse, not one I saw coming at all. It is the Very Valentino foundation in the shade DR2. This does have a red undertone and it is available in a yellow undertone, so I think when I repurchase this, I will repurchase it in the yellow, but that wasn't available at Selfridges the day I bought it. I do really love this foundation though, and I didn't really get it at first. I was kind of like, yeah, it's fine. But one of you guys was like, I don't see that there's anything wrong with it, and you were absolutely right. The more I've tried this, I realized that this is such a great product, and I used it for the entirety of summer. Whenever I wasn't using a tint, I was using this. It was so nice. The packaging is beautiful, and it's definitely the best thing that launched out of the Valentino makeup range. So if you do want to try the Valentino makeup range, but you don't really know where to start, I would definitely start and maybe start with this. On this side, I'm going to use the Valentino. Oh, so good. Valentino DR2. I use a little bit of the Studio Radiance in it sometimes, and this is in the shade C7. Slightly different, much lighter actually. And lastly, in my favourite foundations of the year is a non-foundation foundation. It is the MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body Radiant Shine Foundation. I have this in the shade C7, which is also a little bit light for me, and I tend to mix this with other things that are a bit richer, especially for a summer shade, but it is so nice. MAC actually extended the shade range for their Studio Face and Body, so this is the shade extension. The packaging is definitely different, and it's just really nice. It's very glowy, it's very sheer, it's very natural looking, and it's literally perfection in a tinty, lightweight foundation product. It's the best. Also in complexion, my favourite concealer of 2021, and in my opinion the best concealer of 2021, is the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Concealer. I got this in the shade 7NO Almond, and it is such a lovely concealer. I love the packaging, it's very long lasting, it's very creamy, the colour is perfect for me. It's just literally perfection. I only have one beef with this, and that is the fact that it is only 5ml and it has basically finished. And I think that is a huge negative against an otherwise perfect product. When you compare it to something like the Dior Forever Correct concealer, that's 11ml. You are getting kind of robbed with this because it's a much more expensive than the Dior. I think this is £54 and I think $90 US. It's very, very expensive considering you get very little product, but for the very little product you do get, I love it. But I know I will have to repurchase this, but I will begin to resent having to do that for such a small amount of product. But I absolutely love this concealer. It gives amazing coverage, looks natural, works well with foundation, works well on its own. For honourable mentions, a concealer I had to mention is the Rose Ink Concealer. I have this in the shade LX170, that is my shade. The shade LX130 I also have, that's a bit light. This is the 170. The 130 is a bit more golden. I have done a video on it and I will link it down below, but it's a really great product range. She actually created some beautiful products. This is a fantastic concealer and definitely my favourite concealer for days I don't want to put on any foundation. If I just want to leave and I need to like cover up my dark circles and look a bit more put together, I will use this. The only reason it's not my favorite is that it doesn't really work well over foundation because it really is too heavy with a foundation underneath, but on its own it is perfection. It is all you need and it's perfect for people that don't like foundation and just want concealer. Last in my complexion favorites is the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder Palette. I really like this palette. It's such a nice product. It gives a really good semi-matte finish to my face. My favorite for most of this year was the Dior No Powder, but once I tried this, it kind of replaced it, mainly because the Dior one hard panned a lot and it was just getting really annoying. Apart from the hard panning, I do really love that powder, but this has taken its place because it doesn't hard pan and it gives me a bit more of a matte perfected finish. It's a really, really nice palette. It's good for a deeper skin tone, but I think she definitely does need one more shade deeper because even though it's just kind of a setting powder for under eyes and around your like chin and cheeks, I think it still needs to have a deeper, richer shade as well. There's a number 1 and a number 2, but I do think there needs to be a number 3. But I really love this and it does work for my skin tone. So if you are my skin tone, it will also work for you. Next up, guys, is my favourite brow product of 2021. It actually launched in January and I didn't try it until halfway through the year, but it has come in hard and fast. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. Such a great product. The only thing is you do need your own little spoolie, but it's a really great clear pomade and it really keeps my brows in place. I have it on today and it just drags them up and holds them. It literally freezes them, and when you have like curly, slightly unruly brows like I do, it is the only product that really just keeps them there and doesn't let them move, and I really appreciate it for that. It also doesn't make them look too like caked on. It still looks fairly natural, even though it's kind of laminated effect. It still looks fairly like free of product, even though they are kind of like stuck up. But I really, really love this. It's such a great product and it is a favorite for so many people for good reasons. So I would 100% recommend this. honorable mentions do have to go to two other brow products. One is the Patrick Tar Major Brow Lamination Gel. This is a really nice product. It comes with its own brush, so it does kind of pip Anastasia Beverly Hills for that reason. The brush is actually really cool. It's like plastic, flexy brush. And it does do the same thing as the Anastasia Beverly Hills. It kind of brushes up your brows, grips them in place. But I do find the hold on this is like 90%, whereas the Anastasia Beverly Hills is 100%. And for that reason, it's more of a favorite for me. But this is a really nice product. And the packaging is definitely a lot more sleek, chic, glam, and just a bit nicer. And last in my honorable mentions for brow products are the Gucci brow pencils. I really do love these. The only reason it's not my favorite is because I haven't quite found my shade. I find the pigment in the black one a little bit too pigmented, and I find the brown a bit too brown. If there was like a 4.5, I would be super happy. But I do like the shape of the brow pencil. It's like an angled nib that makes it really easy to kind of shape my brows and draw them on and fill them in. So I do really like these as a product. I also like the packaging. It's pink, it's cute. I just think the color is not 100% what I want it to be, but really, really nice product nonetheless. My favorite lip balm of the year, there's only one apple of my eye. It is the Summer Fridays Vanilla Lip Butter Balm, and it's such a lovely product. It's actually not new, but they did re-release it this year with new updated packaging. It has an applicator tip, which it didn't used to have before, and it's not in like the classic aluminium with a really short lid, which was kind of awkward from what I could see, but this is absolutely stunning. It also comes in another kind of rosy shade, which I do really like and I keep in my bag, but this is my favorite one for just everything and every occasion, and it's probably the one I would recommend. It's such a nice formula. It's very creamy. It gives you a really nice glossy finish to your lips, and it's just wonderful. My favourite bronzer, cream bronzer of this year is the Chanel Le Beige Soleil Tan Deep Bronze in 395. This is a product that has been on everyone's favourites list for so many years, and it's a product I was never able to try because it didn't come in a deep enough shade for me. Finally, they did launch one and I'm so happy I get to try it. Such a gorgeous product. It's got such a great glow. It's very natural looking. It's really good for like every day and a really good base for me personally for my cream blushes. The only problem with this is that it isn't quite deep enough for most deep skin tones. They definitely do need another deeper shade for this, but I think it's a fantastic product and one of my favorites and something I will definitely repurchase. It's also huge as well. It's 30 grams, so it's a lot bigger than other creamy products, and it's just so chic. It's so beachy. It's just so glam. One of the things I love about this bronzer is that it gives a really nice glow to my skin. My other favourite product to use with it is the Rose Ink blusher brush in 2. Such a nice angled, stippled bristle brush, and I think they're just the perfect combinations. Two other favourites of 2021 are the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream bronzer in the shade Chestnut. This is actually a bronzer, but I use it as a contour because it's such a nice, rich, deep brown shade, and it's got a really nice coolness to it that makes it a perfect contour for me. Love the formulation of this. It's very easy to blend. And of all of the creamy contoury products I've tried this year, this one has the most staying power by far, and also has the nicest undertone as well. So definitely my favorite cream contour. Lastly, in the creamy, contoury, bronzery section is the Patrick Tar Major Sculpt palette in the shade She's Chiseled. It's a fantastic product. It's got a cream contour in here, which is super silky and nice. And then it's got like a bronzer in here, which is also really nice. The only reason it's not on my absolute favorites is because the bronzer is a little bit light. It's a bit too fair for a deeper skin tone. I think that considering how rich and deep the contour is, I think he could have gone a little bit richer on the bronzer, but I have said that many a time. Also does seem to be hard panning on one side, which is a bit of a shame, but it is still a really nice palette, and I think he did a really good job, and this was definitely a turning point for him, becoming a lot more inclusive, and I think it held him in good stead. It was a really good choice, and just goes to show that inclusivity is a great choice to make. So yeah, love this product, very, very nice. Next up, guys, are my favorite cream blushes of 2021, and in my opinion, the best cream blushes of 2021, and they are the Artistique liquid blush from Surratt. Such a nice product, very cool spacey packaging, comes with a sponge applicator and is so bright and vibrant. This is in the shade Classique, and I absolutely love this, and this was my favorite and before everything else launched, and then I kind of got sidetracked, but it's such a good product. I absolutely love this. This does not get raved about enough, but I truly, truly love this product, and it's so compact, easy to use, everything in one, fantastic. A new product that I launched very recently, but definitely one of my favorites of this year. I think it's just a great all-in-one product. It's a cream blush from Victoria Beckham. This is in the shade Mini Skirt. This is the cheeky posh cream blush. I love the fact that it's in stick form. It's in a really nice, sleek, chic packaging, but it's really easy to use. It's really great color. It's a really great formula. It blends out really easily. It goes on really easily. Looks as good on the lips as it does on the cheeks, and yeah, just a really nice product that you would just put in your beach bag or in your handbag and just use whenever you want. I think it's a really nice all-inclusive shade, and one that would suit everyone. Last but not least, guys, in terms of cream blusher, my other favorite, and probably arguably my favorite cream blusher of 2021 is the Rose Ink Lip and Cheek color in the shade Dahlia. I absolutely love this. I've been using it pretty much every day since I bought it. Such a nice rich color. The packaging is gorgeous. It's got a nice cute little mirror in it. It's really easy to use. You just need like a tiny dab here and there, and you just blend it out and get a really nice little flush of color. It's got a magnetic close, as you've probably heard me keep doing, and it's just so nicely packaged, so nicely put together, and I think it might be the best thing from Rose Ink. There's so much to love from Rose Ink, but this is definitely one of the best products from her. My favourite powder bronzer this year was the Victoria Beckham Matte Bronzing Brick in the shade 05. This is new to me. It launched not that long ago, and I was very, very salty and in my feelings, and I wasn't going to buy it, but I'm really glad I did because it's such a great product. Packaging is beautiful, the shades are gorgeous, it's very flattering on my skin tone and can definitely suit deeper, richer skin tones after me. It's refillable, so you actually can look after this packaging and save money with the refill as well. It's a gorgeous product. I really love everything about it, and I really love the shades as well. I tend to just use in the middle. I really, really love it, and I think she's done a fantastic job. For powder blushes, I have two favourite powder blushes for this year. There is one Holy Grail, MVP. The only one really worth buying, well, the only one you need to buy this year is the Divine Blush from McGrath. It is the best blusher of all time, best powder blusher of all time. This is in the shade Paradise Venus, my one, the one that sells out the most because it's the best one for deeper, richer skin tones. It's just so warming, so flattering, and it's just amazing. It's always sold out. It's so good. Do get it if you can. I also have this in the shade Love Struck and Electric Bloom, but this is my favorite one. This is the one I reach for every day, and it's the one that kind of annihilated the competition. I don't know what she did, but this formula is sublime. It's so buildable, so pigmented without being like over the top. You just need a tiny little bit, and I feel like this is going to last me for ages. It's also got a cute little rose printed in it, which is just quite special and cool, and it's just fab. It's fantastic. The best blusher ever made. If you don't want to get the best blusher ever made ever, and you want the second best blusher made this year, then I would recommend the Hermes blush. This is a really nice blusher. I've got this in the shade Rose Fur. The only problem with this is it's more expensive than the Pat, and it's like, well, why would I pay more for something that isn't the best blusher in the world? But it's a really nice blusher nonetheless. It's gorgeous packaging, comes with their little coin top. It is quite heavily scented, which isn't my favorite thing. I just forgot about that, but it is quite heavily scented, but the color is really nice. This is the shade Rose Fur. If you had to pick one, there is no competition, it would be Pat McGrath. But if you don't want that for any reason and you want something Hermes, then this is a really nice blusher and a really nice shade to try. Now guys, on to eyeshadows, and there were definitely an amazing array of eyeshadows, giant eyeshadow palettes that launched this year. We had two from Pat McGrath, we had the Gucci, we had, oh, there were so many, I can't even remember, but one of my favorites and my favorite big pan palette, which was a limited edition, unfortunately, so I don't think you can get this anymore, was the Byredo Prismic palette. I loved it because it came out during lockdown when it was sunny outside, but we couldn't really do anything, and it just kind of sparked joy, and it was just really fun. It's very big, it's very bold, it's very bright, and it's kind of random. I just love it. I don't wear bright colors, but this kind of made me experiment a little bit, and it's probably the first and last time I have this year, but this is the Byredo. The purples and blues were definitely some of my favorites. This year was definitely, in my opinion, the year of the quad, and the year I found my favorite quads and my favorite mini palettes. First up is the one I did not expect to do much for me. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Eye Filter Eyes of a Star. Just gives me such nice, neutral, inoffensive, works with everything brown eyeshadows, especially this one. And if I want something a bit warmer than this one, as you can see, I've hit pan, so I do really love these. I use these every day. I use them to set my creamy eyeshadows and as a base for my toppers. I find them perfect. I don't really use the top two because I don't really need to, but these two, I would probably repurchase it for just these two alone because I do think it's such a great product. Next up, the newest product to launch of them all is the eyeshadow quad in Lava Luster from Tom Ford. I actually really love this product. It's very sparkly, it's very glittery. It's basically like an entire palette full of lid toppery shades, which is right up my street. I love a sparkly lid topper. As you guys probably noticed by now, I love glitter, and I love glitter on top of like a brown smoky eye, and all of these shades go really nicely on top of a brown, but also on their own as well, which is why I really like them. They're very sparkly, they're very glittery, but they also have a really nice sheen to them and a really nice smooth quality to them, even though they do have like a really nice intense sparkle. So I think it's a fantastic product. It is limited edition for holiday, so if you do like the look of it, do try and snap it up whilst you can, because you won't be able to snap it up for much longer. And last but not least, guys, quite possibly my favorite eyeshadow quad of all time and definitely of the year is the Pat McGrath Venus in Fleurs Voyeuristic Vixen eyeshadow quad. I talk about this all the time because I love it so very much. It is epic, and it is what I have on my eyes today. Normally I use this on top of a brown. If I want something a bit more jazzy, I'll go for like the sparkly pinky one. And I don't often use this, but I did use it today so we could see what it looked like. And I never use this because it's just kind of random, but I think on a lighter medium skin tone, this would actually look really nice. It's just perfect to me. It's everything I want in an eyeshadow palette. It's a matte, it's a brown matte with sparkly toppers, and that's just a bit of me. It has a much nicer quality in terms of the packaging than the Divine Blush. This one has a magnetic close, and it also has like a nice gold plating on the front, so it is a bit more jazzy, it is a bit more luxurious, and I would definitely repurchase this every day, forevermore. It's my favourite thing ever. I love it. Another palette that I do think needs an honourable mention is the face palette, highlighty palette, stroby palette from Hourglass. This is the volume 3 from Hourglass. It actually launched this year in this new shade, this rich deeper shade, and it did launch to a lot of fanfare. It was very long overdue, but I'm really glad that it has launched and it does exist, and I think for that reason alone it is one of the best makeup products of 2021. And last but not least, guys, is lips, and I have two honourable mentions. One of them is the Glossier Ultra Lip, and I have to say with this, it really depends on the shade you get. Some shades are nicer than others, or some shades are more flattering than others, but that is just the case with anything. I really like this. It's very nice, creamy lip balm, lip gloss, lipstick hybrid. Really nice product. I've got this in the shade Villa and Cachet, and I love it in both, to be honest. Cachet's kind of got a bit messed up in my bag, so I can't show you, but this is Villa. In my review of the Ultra Lip, you'll see the Cachet swatch before it got mangled in my bag. My other honourable mention goes to the Gucci Rouge de Beauté Brilliant lipstick in the shade Peggy Taupe. I actually loved this lipstick at the time when it launched, and I do still love it. I just haven't used it in a while. It's a really nice skinny little lip balm lipstick hybrid. There was a time when everyone came out with these. I think it was lockdown, and it's really nice. It's probably one of the best packaged ones. If you are looking for any of those kind of lipstick, lip balm hybrids, I would recommend either of these two. My last three favourite products and my last three best of 2021 products are three products I love very much. So first up, I would say, is the Lisa Eldridge lip gloss in the shade Affair. This launched this summer, and it's just my favourite lip gloss of the year. Every year I have a different favourite. This is 2021's favourite. It's such a great shade. It's a really nice peachy brownie nude. It's gorgeous. It's so flattering on all skin tones, and it especially looks great on deeper skin tones as well. The formulation is gorgeous. It's really easy to wear. It's not sticky. Just makes your lips look very luscious and doesn't have too much colour in it. Another product I really love this year was actually a very recent launch, is the Makeup by Mario lipsticks. These are new from Makeup by Mario, and they're a really nice matte lipstick. Very unique, very different, very long lasting. And I got this in two shades. I got this in the shade Jessie and Flounder, and I find them both really nice. I can never remember which one I like the most. Sometimes I prefer Jessie, sometimes I prefer Flounder. They're both gorgeous, and I really would like to try more from him because I think his brand is actually really very well considered, and it doesn't seem that jazzy until you try it and you realise that they're very high performing, performative products. So really fantastic little lipstick from Makeup by Mario. And last but not least is the Byredo Frosted Lipstick in the shade Amber in Furs. As you guys know, I do love the Byredo lipsticks anyway, but this Amber in Furs is so pretty. It's kind of like a frosted mauvey nude. It's just great. It's one of my favorite shades. I wear it all the time, and I also love the Byredo packaging. I feel like the Byredo lipstick packaging is like one of the best. I don't know if it's the best, but it's definitely one of the best. And the formula is really nice, very creamy, very hydrating. It's got a really nice weightiness to it that just feels very, very, very luxurious. Those are my favorite products, guys. I hope you like this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. Which ones did I miss out? Which ones did you think were going to be in here that weren't in here? Which ones will you be trying? Which ones will you be buying? Let me know. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you haven't subscribed already, guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slap family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on